So I am a person who experiences complex PTSD and holds anxiety and depression hand in hand. And that has pretty much just affected how I relate to others, but also just how I show up for myself and just that self-awareness piece. So a lot of my experience is just kind of recalibrating and just understanding what's happening. Like, what are my triggers? How am I responding? And how am I reacting to things? And really just cultivating that relationship with myself. When my body is just, overwhelmed or just is kind of overstimulated, and my brain is not on the same pathway, therefore, or I can experience dissociation, which is not a comfy feeling. I have fallen into self-harm behaviors, and sometimes with dissociation too. And feeling that loss of control has also led me in my life to have an eating disorder pretty young, with also experiencing these symptoms as well. Reaching out is a very powerful, very courageous move, and that can really start the ball rolling into just getting more connected, finding some resources that maybe you didn't know of, but also just showing yourself that you love yourself enough to reach out for that care. Support, resources, they're all going to be a little bit different for everybody. And, that might also change within the minute, within the hour, within the day. Somebody, who is experiencing complex PTSD or just anxiety, to just, reach out and ask how you can support them. Also, if somebody is sharing a story with you, I see you, I hear you, and I'm sorry that you're going through this, but I'm here. I'm here to listen. How can I be of support? Or what are you needing? I think those are the most powerful things that I've been told that kind of broke me down to be like, oh, I don't think I've been asked that question, or maybe, not have been asked that directly. And then just giving that autonomy back to that person, so that they can, take that space and let you know what they need. If, you're talking with somebody who is experiencing, an immense amount of mental health, it also is good to have that self-awareness so you know how to be of support. And it's okay too if you're not able to hold space with somebody, but also just listening and purely just being there, and then maybe offering to get resources with them can also be a really important step to take in your mental health and also in that other person's life. I have learned quite a bit, and I'm always learning. So, everything is such a fluid state. We are always, involved in this constant transition of just learning about ourselves, learning about the world around us. And so sometimes it is never ending, but there's always that hope. And so for me, experiencing, this type of mental health has made me understand that grief and joy come simultaneously, and how to lean into this joy more and lean into the connection. I also think too, we build resilience. So when going into these situations, I think about how much resilience and how many lessons that I have learned to then continue on going forward, and being better equipped in handling certain things that come my way. And also being able to give community care. That's why I really appreciate peer support. And I think our communities need more of that. And just raising awareness and talking about it, bringing those pieces of humanity. I think within my own mental health, I found my own humanity and really leaned into giving myself grace of not being perfect, of, learning those narratives that I talk or that I have scripted in my head all the time. I am very passionate about working with this organization just because of the amount of people who care and who show up for this work because they've had experience, or just because of that, pure compassion. I think it's amazing with that level of connection and just awareness that people have, that they're able to give of themselves, but also have boundaries. I think that's a really hard balance to find, but within this organization, just as you can see with the peer models that the programming has, it works. And it's there for the community. And especially in a time when we need community care more than ever, this has been such an amazing find. So I feel very blessed to be working for this organization.